Have you ever wondered how to identify and taste the different flavors in your cigar? I'm going to help you discover the flavors in your favorite smokes in this episode of Blowing the Budget. Right after we get through the intro. Meet you in the dungeon. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? It's your boy Q Morgan in the building, and this is Blowing the Budget. Here we highlight those budget-friendly cigars as well as introduce our new smoker friends to this cigar lifestyle. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button to be up to date on the latest in cigar reviews. Today we're doing something special from Plasencia on this edition of Blowing the Budget. Let's get into it. I want to welcome all my smoker friends to Blowing the Budget. Today I want to share with you a new way to identify flavors and discuss flavor between your favorite cigars. Today we're going to be using this Plasencia Alma del Fuego. This cigar was awarded a 93 rating by Cigar Aficionado, and it's the third installment in the Plasencia Alma series. You guys may be more familiar with the Alma Fuerte. Right off the bat, this Alma del Fuego definitely gives you a woody spiciness. You get the spicy peppery on the retro. It's a medium or a stronger body on the strength meter. It's definitely a little bit stronger than medium, but not quite full, if that makes sense. We're just getting into it, y'all. Just breaking into this first third. Today we're doing the Plasencia Alma del Fuego. Now, everyone in the cigar world, from blenders to smokers, use what's called a flavor wheel. Basically, this flavor wheel helps us describe and provide everyone with a common vocabulary, if you will, that can be used to discuss specific qualities in the favorite cigars that we tend to smoke. Now, smoke can be characterized by notes of earth, nuts, cream, many more nuances. So if you kind of think of a color wheel as a visual glossary, this would kind of be the same thing, but with flavor. So basically, you want to organize your flavors into categories, even more appropriately categorized into families. Great return on the draw. Just definitely can't really call it right now. I'm kind of picking up a lot of pepper, which is a little kind of strong for my taste, but of course, if you know me, it's always better to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. That's why I smoke man naked. There are 4 different categories of cigar flavorings, such as animal, plant, spices, and then there's a classification of other. From there, flavors break out into subcategories. That way you get more refined or more detail, like fruit, earth, wood, dry and sweet spices, and even some minerals. Now, the Hennessy does tend to mellow out the spice in this Alma del Fuego. Definitely would be a good pairing with cognac, bourbon, or scotch. But of course, whatever you like. Do what you enjoy. So back to the color wheel. We talked about the 4 primary categories. That would be animal, plant, spices, and then there's other. From there, we break down into subcategories. Now, this subcategory would kind of fall under the general description rule, where you would have words like fruity, earthy, woody, sweet, spicy, toasty, things of that nature. Then, of course, our flavor wheel breaks down into even more detail, where you can get a little more specific and in-depth in understanding what you're tasting in your favorite stick. Now, leather will fall under the animal category, of course, and sulfur and bitter may fall under the other category, minerals, things of that nature. Now, as we get to the halfway point, we're going to use this color wheel to kind of identify some of the flavors that make up this Alma del Fuego. Right off the bat, we got the pepper or the spicy. That word caliente comes to mind. It's a very, I guess, spice is the word that I get. There is a subtle sweetness to it. However, it's not as forthcoming as it should be. I mean, the sweet and spice would be a nice counterbalance. However, this particular stick, I guess, maybe went a little overboard in my taste on the spice. That's just my opinion. So we're getting through half and approaching our last third. Using our color wheel, I'm kind of picking up some coffee bean, more of an espresso than a coffee bean, if that makes sense. There is some, I guess, dried fruit notes that I pick up, but that again could be attributed to the blending and pairing with the Hennessy. Again, I did have a subtle sweetness at the beginning, which continued through half, and now as we approach the last third, I'm getting the woodsy or nutty flavor. I'm having to calm down on my puffing because I have a sense of heartburn, which is attributed to puffing too hard or puffing too fast and not allowing your body time to rest. Again, you always want to allow your stick time to rest so that it can continually and evenly burn throughout. So we're approaching the last third. Not quite at the home stretch, but we're approaching it nonetheless. Since we're talking about flavors and the color wheel or the flavor wheel, let's basically understand how to pick up those flavors. One surefire way is by holding the smoke in your mouth and slowly pushing it out with your tongue. That will create sensations on your tongue and inside your cheeks, which will allow you to understand what you're tasting. Another way is what's called a retrohale. Now, this is a little more advanced and it will take some practice. What you're doing is you're puffing on the stick, you're exhaling through your mouth, holding the last portion of smoke so that that can be released through your nose. That allows the smoke in your nose to help you determine what you're tasting through your nasal passages. Again, what things may smell like versus what things may taste like. Here's a demonstration. And there you pick up the earthy tone. Now that we've gotten through the half, the spicy caliente that we got earlier has become a little more relaxed, and you're refined with the woodsy, nutty flavor. Well, y'all, we've reached the home stretch. The last portion of our session. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of Blowing the Budget. I left the link for the flavor wheel in the description below, so you can use this wheel next time you fire one up. Remember, you're going to start from the center. As you smoke, think about the basic flavors you're sensing. Then you can proceed to the outer rings or the narrow portion, and that'll give you some more general observations into what specific flavors you're able to identify. That way, you can take a note and understand which flavors or cigars you like and those that you don't. Oh, special shout out goes out to Famous Smoke and Cigar Advisor for providing the color wheel. Again, this cigar lifestyle is about doing what you enjoy. Whatever you enjoy, keep it smoking.